Hey, thanks a lot for doing this, Chase. I've been doing a whole lot of research, down a whole rabbit hole since 4 this morning. And nobody told me that the last thing I shouldn't have looked up was watch the video for bench seats.
Oh yeah.
Started
Wow.
tearing up. I wasn't tearing up. Everyone else was tearing up, not me, but that was
Little Jack's down there on the couch right now, just hanging out. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I don't know why we took it so dark or why I took it so dark, but I did, and it's true. I mean, there's people, screw their own lives up all the time by way of suicide or drugs or depression and all that, and there's a way out. The cool part is the true story about my best buddy from college is he did not kill himself. He almost did. He put his gun to his head and his dog saved his life. His dog literally put his head around his leg. That saved his life. So the good news is the true story of that song that didn't happen. My best buddies are still alive. I'm actually going to see him in Montana next week. So yeah, it's a happy ending in real life.
Everything you've done from North Carolina football, Nicaragua survivor, NASCAR pit crew. Was Rucking with Cameron Haynes like close to the top of the list of most grueling things you've done?
Not at all. Not even close. Cam took it easy on me. I'll be real. He's an absolute animal. He could have smoked me. He didn't. That stone was tough. I mean, we took it all the way to the top. The stone right there at the mountain, Mount Pisgah, I think it was. But Cam's a good guy. He's been a big influence on me. Actually, he got me on broadheads last year that kind of screwed me. Cam kind of screwed me last year. What he got me on these expandables. I won't say the name of the broadhead, but I'll go to the grave swearing to God I put it in the right spot. Everybody says you might have hit the shoulder. Didn't hit the shoulder. I was about a foot away from it and hit the biggest bull of my life, kind of high, middle longs, and the broadhead. The arrow stuck like it hit a target. I have no explanation other than they got me on these broadheads that just didn't do their job. And that's the only hunt, one of the only hunts I'll ever say that I did everything right, and I think my stuff failed me, and that's on Cam. So screw you, Cam. Missed out on the biggest bull in my life because of you. But it's I'm obviously saying that as a joke, but he's an absolute animal. That was tough getting up Mount Pisgah, but football's way harder than that.
With all the things, like I said, I've started doing some country interviews with other artists, yourself, Riley Green, Dylan Scott, Chris Young. And now ever since I started doing that, I feel like I've got to man up now. I've got to start shooting more guns. I've got to start hunting more. I've got to start bow and archery. I mean, when you get the opportunity like to work out with Cameron and other guys like that, I mean, is there something that picked up that you haven't ever tried before that you're like, whoa, I should have tried this like 20 years ago?
Well, I mean, I carried that big boulder all the way up Mount Pisgah. That's not normal. That's a tough deal. You got to adjust it every however many yards, and that was tough. But in reality, I was a college linebacker, and I was a undersized white college linebacker, to put it plainly. That's a tough task. You got to be smarter than everybody. You got to work harder than everybody and be smarter than everybody. Those are the two things. And that's what I had to do. I had to work my ass off to get ahead because the other guys on the team were more athletic. They were faster. They're bigger. And I had to work my ass off to become a respectable player. And I did. And that for me has carried over into music and carried over into my life, which is, for better or worse, it's work your ass off to be better than the other guy. The good part is I finally got to a place in life where it's changed a little bit from work your ass off to be better than the other guy to work my ass off to be the best version of me. Like for me, I've finally gotten to a place where I'm like, I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm going to make the best music that I can possibly make while not caring about what anybody else makes, but wishing them well. Like, go do your thing. I have no ill will towards anybody anymore. I just want to bust my ass and make the best music that I can make because that's the only chance that I have to be the best artist and the best person that I can be, and that's where I'm at.
What did you have to do differently then, or do extra to get you to North Carolina?
I had to work more. I had to work harder. I watched more film. I showed up at the gym earlier. I stayed at the gym later. I ate right. I didn't go out and drink as much, you know, when some of the other guys were. I didn't smoke weed. I was focused on becoming the best player that I could be, and I was that. I hurt my ankle my junior year, and that ended my career as I knew it. I tried to come back. I wasn't the same player. I wasn't. My dad had just passed away too. I wasn't the same, you know, mental space that I was. Chuck Pagano wasn't the defensive coordinator anymore. I look at all those situations that hindered me from going to the NFL because I was a good enough player to go to the NFL. Four of my backups ended up playing the NFL. For me, I mentally wasn't all there. After I got hurt, physically wasn't all there. After I got hurt, and my dad passed away, I was a head case. And you know, that all led to music, which I'm cool with. You know, it's a blessing in disguise at the end of the day. But for a minute there, I was better than those guys, and I have no problem admitting that. It just I couldn't hang on.
What was like the weight room like back then? Were you like a big into benches, squats, cleans?
Oh, we were big into whatever Coach C would make us do. That was our strength coach at Carolina. We did a lot of bench, a lot of squat, a lot of power cleans. He was big on fast twitch muscles, which were, you know, anything we were doing that was quick and fast, you know, that was huge, which I don't do anymore, which I need to get back on. Like anything fast movement, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But yeah, power cleans was my strongest thing. Squats and bench I got pretty good at, but power cleans for whatever reason, because we did them in high school and I learned the right technique because we actually focused on that in high school. But that was by far my best thing we did.
With that, if I read correctly, is your tour manager also your trainer as well?
He used to be. I met him at a CrossFit gym in Nashville named Nondor, and it's pretty cool how he's intertwined with my life and how I've intertwined with his. Because met at a gym, that was it. And he ran the gym, and he was part owner, and he was an ex-Marine, and he slowly became my trainer, especially during COVID, just trying to help anybody out, trying to help me stay in shape, and then me giving him, you know, money for his job, keeping me fit. That slowly turned into, all right, you need to come on the road. Came on the road. All right, I don't need a trainer. I can't afford a trainer. Just, you know, just that. So how about you start assistant tour managing, and that led its way into my tour management role. He's an absolute killer.
What are some of the workouts like? How they
Currently?
Currently, yeah, right.
We do a lot of, I can't remember, my drummer Jeremy he's involved now. There's not a lot of weights. I won't touch a weight anymore. I just don't care. I'd rather do bands. I'd rather do body weight. And yeah, it's a lot of body weight bands. You know, fast, like, you know, burpees, body weight stuff, you know, air jumps, stuff like that. Free squats where I'm just, you know, do 50 squats up and down, up and down, up and down, run in place, you know, jump rope without a rope for 5 minutes. It's not that easy. It's obviously much easier workouts than I used to do, but I'm just trying to optimize my body now as opposed to being a crazy fit dude. I just want to be in good shape. I'm not trying to be sore all day, live sore like the CrossFit stuff. That's not my deal. I'm not trying to be big like Riley. That's not my deal. I just want to optimize, you know, and be able to move fast and feel good all day.
Now, are there any similarities between, say, game day prep and stage prep for a show? Maybe not in the intensity, maybe not.
There's definitely similarities. Definitely less intense. You know, obviously, you know, game day prep, you're not doing anything, to be honest. I mean, you're just mentally getting your mind right for the game, and physically you're not doing anything. You know, you're stretching, you're doing all that, and then you go play, and then that's your workout. You feel like after for 3 days, but it is what it is. Here it's more, you know, I like to get a nap in every day for about 2 hours from 3 to 5 or somewhere around there. Helps my voice, helps me have energy during the late nights because we have late nights. So that's like today, the similarity would be, all right, I got to recover, got to go for a walk, go for a workout, whatever, sweat it out, get my dog out, get ready for tonight, which will be another nap, drink a load of water, and I want to be optimal while I'm up there on stage and be able to sing and give the people the best show that I can. So yeah, it's a game day today. Otherwise, I'd be, who cares? Go get you some Taco Bell and relax and watch some TV. But today's a game day, so I got to get it right.
But for you, has anything replaced the competitiveness of football? Have you found that yet, or?
Uh, no, no, I haven't, to be honest. Because football was my life. You know, that was everything to me. But the mindset of football doesn't work in music. I can't come into this. I came into this business like, everybody, I'm here, I'm better than you. That's not how this works. Especially with when the product is very different in music than it was in football. Football, it was do your job and be an absolute assassin on the defensive side of the field. That's the goal. And music, it's not that. It's artistic. It's feeling. It's vulnerability. It's being the most real version of yourself. I can't compete with Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan, Riley, whoever it is. I'm not trying to compete with them. If you're trying to compete with them, I'm not focused on me. What affects me now is write the best songs, put out the absolute very best album that I can make. Stop chasing what's popular. Stop trying to be the new Justin Bieber. Be the best artist that I could possibly be and figure out what I am unique at and tell the real story of me. And that's where it is now. And that's not a competitive thing, you know, so it's tough to compare them.
Now, if I read it right, also you learned guitar while you were, I guess, rehabbing your ankle.
Yeah, I just learned to play guitar and I got
I was
hurt.
gonna say, what's the process like from learning that first one or two notes to then becoming like, hey, I'm going to be really good at this. I've got #1 songs in me.
It's just a slow, long process for me. I learned on YouTube. I learned, one of my roommates in college, he showed me a couple chords, which is funny enough is G, D, minor C probably, which is the chords for Cruise, which is the first #1 song that I was part of writing. A lot of my songs are in that now. Now it's changing. I'm getting a little off that, but it was just looking up YouTube, looking up songs that I liked on YouTube or chords that I liked online, learning those. And the process is still happening, which is the crazy part. Like I'm learning new every day. On these new records, I played a lot of the guitar too. So it was a 13, 12-year process to that point of learning the guitar to no longer relying on tracks in country music, which is not my thing anymore. I'm playing on the albums. I'm trying to get better and learn new parts instead of just being a strummer. The process is never ending, to be honest, but it started with YouTube. That taught me some songs, and then I started writing songs, and my dad died, wrote a song about that. And I just, got hurt. So I was not part of the team really. So that was a time, but it turned into, why and how I'm doing what I'm doing.
When was your first live performance? Was that during college? Was that afterward?
Yeah, I probably did some open mic stuff in college, during Charlotte, Chapel Hill. I think I played on like a farm party at my farm. I don't know what the hell that was for. I was probably so bad looking back. I'm like, I don't think I was that good. But I didn't know that, thank God. So I just kept moving forward. And I don't know if nobody really told me I was bad. I don't think anybody was telling me I was great, and I don't think anybody expected me to get to where I am now. But I did. I anticipated being a superstar. Am I a superstar? No, but I'm okay with that because I'm just not sure I have that in me. I don't know. Maybe I become it one day. Maybe I go away and nobody cares about me in 10 years. But I'm finally at a place where I'm like, I don't care, man. I'm making my music and I'm really loving where I'm at. It's the first time I think I've let people get to know me as opposed to just trying to put on this front of this is who I am. Like, who cares anymore? I'm having a blast showing people who I am through my music.
And do you believe that's part of like a linebacker mentality? Like if you didn't have that behind you, and I say maybe I'm not so good at this, maybe I should try something else. But as a linebacker, like hey, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep busting through. To like
I've not had a plan B since I started doing this, which is a huge part of it. Another part of it was I don't think when I started this, I don't think I was very good, but I had a lot of success early, which is dangerous because then you have that false sense of, man, I'm really good at this, as opposed to just trying to get better. And I think now I've come to the reality of kind of like what I was with, freshman at Carolina or even in high school, of like, you know what? Other people are more talented than me. Morgan Wallen's a way better singer than me. Zach Bryan's a way better poetic songwriter than me. So it's the same mentality as back then. Okay, well, Bruce Carter's faster, bigger, and everything else than me. What am I better than him? I'm smarter. I can memorize the playbook. I care more. I want to memorize the playbook better than him. I want to be a better leader of the defense, calling out this and that for whatever the defense needs to know. Be smarter than them. And that was my advantage over a lot of the guys. And I just dug in more. I really wanted to learn football. That's where I'm at now. Like I'm digging in more. I'm putting out a lot of music this year. I'm going to put out more music next year. I want to load people up with who I am and work harder than the other guys. Morgan and I actually talked a good bit about this. Like he works his ass off. He's earned every bit of what he's got, and he's talented as shit. I could never be that. Like like I said, he's a way better singer. So what can I do better than him? That I guess would be the competitive side of it, but it's really not. I'm not trying to take into space. I'm just trying to, be the best version of me, and that's where I'm at.
Well, what is the songwriting process like for you? I mean, from Go Down Singing as opposed to I Hate Cowboys. I mean, do you have to, is it a 9 to 5 job for you? Is it something that you just, when you feel inspired, you're gonna sit down and write everything out? Or is it a formula or is it just randomness?
It used to be a formula. Now it's a different formula. Yeah, it's a formula for sure. But it used to be, get into town Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever. Write 3 times a week. Try to write maybe 1, maybe 2 songs a day with the top songwriters in Nashville. Hey, here's a melody I think that's working at radio. Here's a topic that's working at radio. Oh, I got this sick song called Life's a Party, whatever. It was all just the standard bull. That's what I was doing. And those songs you were writing didn't mean a thing, but they were going on the radio. And I'm done with that. That's that process, and that 10 years was done for me. And that's where I was, and I lived that as hard as you could live it. Now it's extremely different. I don't write with tracks anymore. First of all, that's the beats going on while you're writing the song. I write with an acoustic guitar. First and foremost, whether I'm by myself or other songwriters. I don't write in Nashville anymore. When I'm in Nashville, I go golf. I go hang out with friends. I stay at my farm, run my dog. I have zero desire to write in Nashville. Not going to happen for the most part. If it is, I'm not going to downtown. I'm having people come to my farm. I love retreats. For instance, I'm playing Red Rocks next Saturday with Dirk Bentley. And then from Sunday to Wednesday, I'm staying in Denver or outside of Denver with 2 songwriters from Nashville, Oscar Charles being one of them, my producer. And we're going to write for 4 days, 3 days. There's nobody saying, I got to go get my kids at 3:00. Family's important. I understand that, but I don't want to deal with that when I'm writing songs. I want to deal with writing songs, and I want to deal with that being everybody's priority, including mine. And we're going to write songs for 3 days, and we're going to sit there. If we have a song idea pop up at 9 p.m. and everybody's tired, but we love the song idea, let's write it, or let's save it for tomorrow and let's write it tomorrow. But it's an absolute grind. There's going to be absolutely nothing going on but songwriting for 4 straight days. And we're going to get 6 to 8 songs, I'm sure. And that's going to be half my next record. So that's the benefit of doing it how I'm doing now. Also, when you're looking at mountains in Colorado, you're not sitting there thinking like, what do people want to hear on the radio? Girl in my truck on a perfect night with a full moon down a dirt road. Nobody gives. I'm over that for myself. What do we really want to say with this thing? And that's what we're about to figure out in Colorado.
How many times did you have to explain the meaning behind the title? I Hate Cowboys, All Dogs Go to Hell.
That's a pretty gnarly album title. Yeah, you just kind of got to say, I love it because it's like, man, I'm not going to explain it. Go listen to the album. You'll understand, especially those two songs that aren't what they sound like. Go listen to it.
Mm-hmm. But did you have to, I mean, was there any thought process behind Go Down Singing, the title? That I don't want to do it.
Very much. I just got out of my record deal. I had some stuff go down between me and the label that was just unacceptable for me, and they know that. And I was very clear about it. And the cool part about leaving my record deal was it was actually an extremely healthy breakup. Like it's like, guys, you're not providing me what I need, and you're taking my money. I'm out. So, and they understood. They were like, yeah, I do the same thing. So it was a perfectly, healthy way to leave. But it was just like, I'm going to do this on my own now. And I don't think you have to have the big machine behind you. People can discover great music as long as it's great. Am I being promoted as well as I could be? No, I'm not. I'm very underwhelming as far as in people's face. But at the end of the day, I don't know. That's not my job. My job is to surround myself with the people who can get me in front of the right people, who can promote me the best that they can. If that doesn't happen, then at least I could say I made great music. And that's my focus. My focus is great music and to put the team around me to promote the shit of it. And if it's not happening right now, to be honest, like we're not the most popular dude out there. I don't know how the I'm at, but whatever. I'm focused on making great music, and that's what my job is.
Well, do you use social media for that at all, or do you enjoy doing that, or?
No, I hate it. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, that's the truth. I don't enjoy it. I'd rather somebody else do that. I do it. I do Instagram. I logged into TikTok yesterday for the first time in my life. I'm not going to get on there. But my biggest thing is with any of it, if it's it is free promotion for my music. So if that can get me in front of people, let's go. I don't care if you like me as a person. I don't care. Hopefully you do. But I'm not trying to become the popular dancer on TikTok. I don't care. I want to write great songs and I want people to know them and sing them and know who I am through my music and get creative that way as opposed to blowing up and going viral. That's not important to me, man. What's important to me is people liking my music and coming to shows and singing along and us having a time.
Well, right now, like how much do you weigh right now? Perfect transition, but like how far off are you from your game weight in football?
Probably 205. I was 225 in college. So I'm 20 pounds away, but I'm not in great shape right now. I just started working out like a week ago. Hard again. So that's going to change. My biggest thing is I'm not, this is going to sound crazy, but I have zero goals as far as my health. I have one goal, be healthy. I'm not going to go out and try to, hit a certain weight or have a certain percent of body fat. I want to do something sustainable. I did 75 hard and that was great. I got shredded. Didn't necessarily have the right diet probably, but then 75 day 76 I started drinking and eating and 2 years later here I am. It's like that wasn't sustainable for me. That's not a lifestyle that I want to live. I want to have fun. I want to party. I want to train hard. I want to party hard. And that's where I'm at now. My goal is be healthy, eat healthy as you possibly can. Cheat meals are fine. Who gives try to get a workout in every day. If it's a walk, that's cool, but try to get a workout in every day, get your cardio up so you can go on stage and be the best that I can on stage. And that's my goal. And just continue that so I can do it every day and live that way as opposed to, in 75 days, I'm going to be fit. No, I'm trying to get to the point where I can sustain it and live that way.
Was having your own farm, does that help out navigate your diet a little bit better or in any way?
No, it's a buffalo farm. I don't do vegetables or fruits or anything like that. There's buffalo on there. I send the buffalo to a restaurant in Nashville when we kill them. So no, it doesn't affect me whatsoever.
I mean, can you buy those hats online, by the way?
That's just my website, chaserice.com. Eventually I'll have a Twin Eagles Creek Farm website, which is my farm. We're going to sell the buffalo. We're going to sell the skulls. We're going to sell the hides. We haven't killed any yet, actually. So that next first time will be next year, and that'll be its own thing where we're gonna send them to the 404 kitchen in Nashville, and we're gonna figure that out. I haven't even gotten to that point yet, but yeah, you can buy the buffalo hats online. That's what I wear on stage every night.
Well, did when you were on Survivor Nicaragua, I mean, did that in any way mess up your diet, losing 30 pounds or whatever in 30 days or whatever?
Whole world. Yeah, it was terrible. I lost 34 pounds, I think. Yeah, it was brutal. I mean, I was skinny as shit, horrible. Probably terrible for you, but it was a fun experience.
I mean, did you know that going in that was going to be probably the result?
I didn't think about that. I didn't know. I had no idea what to expect. Obviously, you hope you lose a lot of weight because that means you made it the whole way. And I did. I lost 34. I think Dan was the second, or was the most weight loss. He was an older man. He lost 38 pounds, I believe. So we were miserable.
One question I just did not fall back or did not ask you was just your time as a pit crew driver. Did you know going in what NASCAR pit crew driver was or how that was going to play out?
Yeah, I love NASCAR. I grew up on NASCAR and grew up in Daytona watching it. I had no idea what it was going to play out. It was a perfect job for me, post football, writing songs, but not knowing if that was going to be a profession or, that I was going to move to Nashville and really do it. It was a perfect opportunity for me. And I hated every second of it, which is, the confirmation for me. It wasn't that I hated the job or the guys. I ended up loving those guys. Some of them are still friends to this day. And I didn't hate the job. The job itself was sick. And the company I worked for was sick, Hendrick Motorsports. What I was miserable was because I really, really wanted to go write songs and be in Nashville and give it a real shot. And I ended up doing that, which I'm grateful for.
Well, what was the final turning point for that? Where you just said, screw it, I'm gone. It's Nashville for me.
Survivor. I left that job to do Survivor, and when I came back, I couldn't physically do the job. I was 34 pounds lighter. And I went to Nashville to visit Brian Kelly and Tyler from Florida Georgia Line. They became Florida Georgia Line. And moved, went to hang with them, just be buddies with them. And 2 days later, they had a room available in their house, and I moved in.
No, you played, if I also read right, you played Little League with Brian Kelly?
Yeah, we grew up together playing Little League baseball and Little League soccer.
Did you guys even think about it back then or even know back then? They looked at each other and said, hey, you know what, 20, 30 years, we're going to be superstars in a totally different profession?
No, that didn't start till probably college, where we started hanging out in college, and he played guitar and I was watching him play, and I was like, damn, Brian, you're good. And here we are 38 years later, still doing it.
The last question I got for Chase Rice is what's next for you now? What is there a tour coming up? Is there, besides the album coming out on September 20th, I believe?
Yeah, September 20th, the album comes out. We're gonna tour in the spring. I'm gonna give people time to learn the album and really dig in. So that comes out September. I'll elk hunt. I'll move into deer hunting. I'll move into duck hunting with my dog. Winter rolls around, I'll snowboard. I'll have a time. I'll write a lot of songs probably for the next album. Which the next album. Get in the studio, I'll start recording that. But this album is my favorite album I've ever done. They've gotten better. I don't remember before the I Hate Cowboys record, but I Hate Cowboys is by far my best album I've ever done. By far. Like, people are like, I think it's the best. Like, no, it's way better than anything I've ever done because it's real, it's personal, it's great songwriting, it's storytelling, it's country. If you want to call it that, it's rock, doesn't matter. And this album to me is better than that one. So we're only getting better. Let's focus on continuing that path. And in the meantime, all fall and winter, I'm going to hunt my ass off and then get ready for touring in the spring.
Oh, just one question. I've just been watching the whole time. Who is on your shirt?
That's Charlie Worsham.
Oh.
Charlie Worsham is he's a member in Dirks' band. He's also an artist. And he's helped us out a lot on this tour, piecing our show together. He's one of the best musicians in the entire world. He's absolutely incredible. And yeah, I wore this last night on stage and still rocking it. Charlie's great.
I was Jose Canseco. I'm like, he never played for the
band. I could work. He looks like Jose. Perfect, man.
All right, man. Chase, man, thanks a lot. I really appreciate this. And come out to Arizona.
Yeah.
Gotta come.
Hell, big elk out in Arizona.
Is there? That's right.
Yeah, oh yeah, huge. Top of the world.
I'll start small first. Let me just get shooting first.
Yeah, smart. See you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah,